My dad was the one who taught me about cars. He was the one who got me into engines from a very young age and for the love of them and being a petrol head. He got me into bikes, which was where I used to race motocross, and that's where the love for engines and anything with an engine come from, really. The poster car for me was a Honda Civic EK9, championship white JDM import. That's what I had, along with a few other boys' toys when I was a kid, the Lamborghinis and everything that every kid had, but there's always been a soft spot for the Honda Civic. I'm a lifeguard full-time, so I see myself as David Hasselhoff. My first car was a Ford Fiesta 1.2 Encore, nothing special, but it was just to get me from A to B. I always had the dream of stripping it out and probably being a bit of a chad with it, but that never came to be, luckily, and I sold that fairly quickly. My car history after that was a Mark IV Golf 1.6 SE, which I really liked. That's where sort of the love for cars come into it. It had things like R32 wheels, it was slightly lowered, and that's where the detailing come in as well. I really enjoyed polishing it. And then eventually when I sold that, I come in to get the Honda Civic, which was my next car. It all started about 2 years ago when a Honda Civic Type R flew past me on the motorway at full chat, and I fell in love with the sound of VTEC, and after that I decided that I wanted one, so I bought this EP3, which doesn't make much sense, but yeah. I guess the word's honoured to be a car guy. There's a lot of big communities out there that it's great to get involved with, a lot of car meets, and there's a lot more put on in the last sort of 5 years than there was a long time ago. I love it that I can go out, and if I see another Civic Type R and he knows what he's got, he'll say hello to you. And that's what I love about the car scene. What makes a Civic special to me is just the way it drives. It's such an underassuming car. Not a lot of people think it can handle how it does. And I like the way that people don't see it for what it really is. There is racing heritage in there, and that's why I love it so much. It's such a fun car to drive. I've always been a bit of a clean freak, so detailing come into that really. I always like to keep my car clean. I've always been told that if I look after my car, the car will look after me. So I make sure I keep it in tip-top condition all the time. I love to see clean paint as well, and I've been to a lot of car shows as a kid and bike shows, and there was always clean cars there. So I guess the love really come from there, just to keep it as clean as possible and as nice as possible and present it as well. When I got it, it was completely standard. It was straight out the factory from Honda, nothing had been changed. I wanted to change that a little bit just to put my own stamp on it. Currently it's got an AEM V2 cold air induction kit on it. It's got a DC Sports catback, which sort of just improves the torquiness a little bit as well, improves the top end. And it's got little things like Brembo brake pads and Brembo discs, and it's had the alignment properly set up as well for fast road racing. Currently she's putting out 219 brake horsepower. The reviness of the engine is very rev happy. She happily revs up to 8,500 revs before she hits the limiter. And it's just a general joy to drive. It's got a lovely gear stick motion. The short shift changer is literally just that. So it's fantastic for racing around lanes like these. When VTEC kicks in, it is exciting. It's not like a turbo, but it's not meant to be like a turbo. It is a kick, and it's a fantastic feeling when you know that second cam and all that engineering is taking place under the bonnet of your car. It's a good feeling. I plan to lower it. I plan to get the suspension more set up to my geometry that I want it to do, and there's possibility of a supercharger or a turbo conversion in the near future. Subtle changes, yeah. I quite like the outside how it is. The only possibility is maybe a Mugen spoiler at the back once it's been lowered, but other than that, I like it how it is. I dislike a lot of the hate it gets. If you go to a few car meets or people with sort of other imports, more powerful imports, don't see the Civic for what it really is. It's got its own genre. A lot of people like it, then a lot of people do call it ricer as well. As soon as they see a Civic, it's definitely a ricer to them. It's a person to me as well. I really enjoy it. I really look after my car.